What's going on, guys? My name is Kevin Parkinson, and what we are doing today, we are going to go ahead and we are going to conclude this 8 or 9 part series on Stuck in Jamaica, Trapped Overseas. There's a video circulating Instagram right now. Today is Sunday, December 15th. I have not been feeling well ever since my family and I got back from Jamaica. So excuse me if my voice goes out. But when we were in Jamaica and we were going through the ordeal of getting our daughter an emergency passport to get back to the United States, my wife and I recorded a video of our daughter writing a postcard from Jamaica to her mother here in the States, asking her to please sign the DC-11 form so she can get an emergency passport. That video now has close to 300,000 views on Instagram and over 200 comments. Most of them positive, people cheering us on, hoping that we got back home. And we've been able to update all those people. Thank you. But there's a lot of people also, less than 0.25%, but still seems like a lot, who think for some odd reason I did any of this intentionally. So, not that we owe anybody concrete evidence, but because this could be a really good way to spread awareness to other parents, especially parents who have children of dual nationalities. I oversaw a law that was mended for COVID and then remended after COVID. I overlooked it, and it helped put us in a situation where we were. But also what I want to do is shame the devil. I want to give you guys detailed, factual information about how I made it a priority to keep my daughter's mother informed about where we were, when we were going, when we were coming back, and how she still allowed her vitriolic nature to claim that I was upscanding with our daughter. Upscanding is just a very polite way of saying kidnapping. But for the sake of being correct, I want to use that term, upscanding. So anytime I'm not looking at you guys, I'm looking here, I'm looking at these notes that I put together. Again, let's hope you don't find yourself in this situation. All right, guys? So it all goes back. No, I'm kidding. Well, what started as a simple 4-day family trip to Jamaica turned into a 15-day nightmare filled with lies, false accusations, and deliberate sabotage. I'm sharing this story not just to tell you what happened, but to stand up for fathers like me who deserve fairness in family court. So let's start with the facts. My 8-year-old daughter is a U.S. citizen, born right here on good old US of A soil. She had a passport that has been expired for a few years now. It expired in 2022. Because my ex-wife refused to renew it as a dual citizen of the United States and Jamaica, I was able to secure Jamaican citizenship and a passport for our daughter. My current wife and I planned a short 4-day trip, and we fully informed my daughter's mother of our travel plans. Per our parenting agreement, we literally have to explain whenever we're taking our child out of the state, let alone the country. So I want you to take a look, either here or here. I don't know where I'm going to put on the screen, maybe just right here. Right now I'm displaying the email exchanges with dates showing communication with my daughter's mother. And I really want you to pay attention at how matter of fact this email is. So let's now kick it into gear of the law. This is where things got really serious. In 2022, a law prohibits U.S. citizens from re-entering the country with expired passports. We didn't know this at the time, but it stopped us from coming home as planned. Where I got messed up is that during COVID, this law was lifted. I didn't realize that the law was put back. That's on me. When I contacted my daughter's mother, my ex-wife, to ask her to sign the simple DS11, DC11, I gotta put on the screen the right form, to acquire a new passport, she refused. And instead, she used the word abscanned. She went and ran to our family court. She said, I abscanded. Here on the screen, you can see the definition for what abscanned means. To abscand means to leave hurriedly and secretly, typically to avoid detection or arrest. It's a word closely tied to kidnapping, and it's a serious accusation. Exactly. See what I was telling you guys earlier? It's darn near the same thing as kidnapping, maybe even more serious. But let me make this clear. I own a home in Arizona. I have a career, a life, and responsibilities in Phoenix, Arizona. We had no plans to leave permanently. That was ridiculous. So now let's talk about false reports to authorities. Instead of signing the form, my ex-wife escalated matters by reporting our daughter as abducted to the Peoria Police Department here in Arizona. Matter of fact, I'm going to play some audio between the police officer who called me concerned with the well-being of our daughter because the mother literally made a false police report. I'm going to play it for you right now. All right. Max is calling one more time.
Hi, is this Kevin?
Yes, Max is calling.
Kevin Parkinson?
Yes.
Okay, this is Officer Oline giving you a ring from the Peoria Police Department.
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm calling today in reference to a custodial dispute. Do you have a daughter by the name of Autumn?
I sure do.
Okay, so what's going on?
I'm in Jamaica right now, trying to get home.
Okay, are you in Jamaica with Autumn?
Yeah, I'm in Jamaica with my daughter right now, trying to get home.
Okay, what's your guys' custodial paperwork show?
50-50 joint custody and 50-50 joint decision making, 100% 50-50. My ex-wife knows that we are in Jamaica. Yesterday we were supposed to return, but her expired passport wouldn't clear customs. So we are now having to travel from Montego Bay to Kingston, Jamaica. It's about a 5-hour commute to go to the United States Embassy to get an emergency passport so we can then hop on the flight tomorrow. My wife knows all this. She likes to call you guys being Peoria PD or Phoenix PD, whenever she's unhappy about something. She gets the police report, and then the next time we go to court, she shows the police report, all in an attempt to get full custody. If you want, I can show you the email exchanges. She knows all of this. I was just in communication with her a few hours ago. This is Peoria Police. Jamie called the police on us again. Sorry, sir. I'm just talking to my wife. But go ahead.
No, any communication you have, that would be great to see.
Right there, the white car. Yeah, man. I just need your email address.
Yeah, I can give you that here in just 1 second. I'm taking a look at the decree signed order by the judge.
Yes,
and
boss.
It shows the Autumn should be back in her mom's custody.
Yes,
yesterday.
boss. Of course, boss. Which is why this is ridiculous. The mother knows that we need the decree, but she has already stated she will not sign the passport decree. So, with all due respect to you, officer, she's wasting everybody's time. So this is why we have to go all the way to Kingston to the United States Embassy to get the passport, sir. This is just designed to stress everyone out in her attempt to get full custody. She's probably also told you that she's afraid that I'm kidnapping her daughter and I won't return, but she knows exactly where we are in Jamaica. I mean, I have a house in Phoenix. There's no reason why I wouldn't be coming back. So, I don't mean to be nonchalant about this, but this happens all the time, man. Listen carefully as the officer explains the report my ex-wife made. So we're pulling up to the bus station now. So once we get there, we should have Wi-Fi for a few minutes. So in no more than about 15 minutes, I should be able to email you all the proof that we've been communicating with her about all this. And just out of curiosity, man, what is it going to do once I send all this proof over to you? Then what?
Well, I have to take a look at the paperwork. I have to see what's already been documented by previous officers and go from there. Mm-hmm. Now, if the child is not, obviously there's extenuating circumstances right now that you're showing that, you're stuck in a different country.
Yes.
A trip that she knew about.
Yes.
And although today is supposed to be her day, and so that's the the part that's kind of the gray area a little bit. But if it's her day to have her child, obviously that's custodial interference you're looking at potentially. But if there's other influences that are making it literally impossible for you to get there, that has to play in there as well. And so just whatever you're able to show proof of, that'd be helpful, because that could be uploaded. And then I have to see what's already been documented.
You got it.
Because it looks like there was a call in yesterday for this.
Oh, she called you guys yesterday also.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Once I email you, would you be able to also send me the police report numbers for all this, so I could purchase these police reports?
So I can give you 2 numbers right now.
I'll include in that email the call logs. I literally called her twice yesterday, and we've left voicemails on her phone, man. There's no reason for this.
Okay.
All right, man.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you. Bye.
All right, bye.
So this leads us to part 4, the U.S. Embassy and delays. We traveled 4 hours from Montego Bay to Kingston, Jamaica, on a charter bus to get our daughter's emergency passport. My ex-wife communicated with me directly through email that we would be all set, her words exactly. But once my wife, our 2-year-old son, and my daughter arrived, my ex-wife changed her story again. She emailed as we were arriving to the U.S. Embassy, claiming the U.S. Department of State Children's Issue Division would be in contact with me moving forward and would work out the details of our daughter's return home. This made absolutely no sense. Of course, this meant she hadn't done what she initially communicated. The whole day was a wash. Waste of time, waste of money. We went to the U.S. Embassy. They informed us that my ex-wife had stopped communicating with them, just cold turkey, hadn't completed the consent form, and that there was nothing they could do for us. I was livid. Again, I take responsibility for not knowing the law about the expired U.S. passports. That was on me. And I don't want this to happen to any of you fathers or just parents in general. But this delay was intentional and avoidable. Imagine waking up, rushing to get passport photos, paying $135 for a passport, traveling 4 hours on a bus with an 8-year-old or 2-year-old, a wife who's never been to the country that you're in, only to be told, nah, because of deliberate sabotage, literally. So now, part 5, family court hearing. I requested an emergency family court hearing. My ex-wife, she did as well. During that emergency family court hearing, while I was still in Jamaica, the judge asked both of us what we wanted. My ex-wife and her lawyer requested that I pay for my ex-wife to fly to Jamaica to pick our daughter up. The judge and I simultaneously said, with what passport? How are you going to do that? So I would love to play that soundbite for you, but I have not been able to confirm whether or not I have the legal right to play a hearing audio. So I probably won't be playing that. But when the judge turned to me, I said, if you grant me short-term custody, I will be able to handle the passport issue myself and bring our daughter home. The judge looked at my ex-wife and lawyer and said, Jamie, it really sounds like you complicated the situation by involving so many organizations, which I could not agree more with. Couldn't agree more with. So ultimately the judge said, you have until the 13th to get her home. To which, if you don't, I'm going to have to make a decision. Don't know what the judge meant by that. But let's move on to school. School and absences and more lies. While we were waiting, my ex-wife contacted our daughter's school and told them I left the country without her permission and that our daughter would be considered unexcused from school for more than 2 days. A clear attempt to paint me as a negligent parent and strengthen her case for full custody. I'm stopping the notes right now. I want to get more serious with what this actually means. My ex-wife contacted our daughter's elementary school and said to them, all the days that our daughter is out because she's in Jamaica needs to be counted as truancy. Now, let me explain why this is so insidious. Last year, we had a truancy meeting with the truancy officer because my daughter was consistently 5 to 10 minutes late to school every day. Why? Because my daughter's school is 45 minutes away in regular commute time. So in order to get our daughter to sleep, to wake up, to have breakfast, to put clothes on, and to get out the house means waking her up so early. And we are trying to do our best to make sure that she is so prepared for school that she can't fail. I've asked my ex-wife several times in the last 3 years, let's go back to the drawing board and let's find a school that is not just in closer proximity to me, but to you. She keeps refusing. So this whole situation has started because earlier this year, I requested a modification of parenting time through our family court here in Maricopa County, Arizona. That modification of parenting time could possibly lead to not only more time with my daughter, but our daughter going to a school that equates to lesser of a commute time. When we brought this up in court, my ex-wife said, well, he needs to just learn how to make good time. What? So, in her trying to get our daughter listed as truant, and I'll show you those emails right now. I'm going to put them on the screen. In her trying to show our daughter as truant, she is continuously trying to do this holier than thou, I'm the better parent, lock this guy up and take away all of his privileges as a father. I'm giving you guys the game book, play by play, of what lawyers across this country are encouraging their clients to do. The reason I said clients and not women is because I'm sure there are some men out here who are intentionally sabotaging their ex-wife or ex-partner's ability to be a good mother. Usually that's not the case just because of the nature of men and women, but it would be ignorant to assume that it doesn't happen. But overwhelmingly, it seems to be women doing it to men. And it's not cool. It's got to stop. So, again, showing you right now email exchanges with my ex-wife and the school. And I got to give my current wife a lot of credit for this. She really made sure that we stayed in constant contact with our daughter's school, letting them know exactly what was going on. Why would a parent who is trying to Upscan with their child email their child's teacher and ask for homework? Email their child's principal and front office and try to make sure that they understand the reason that we're in Jamaica and our daughter isn't home. So, moving on. Reflection and the bigger picture. When we finally returned home to Phoenix, Arizona, I asked my daughter, what did you do with your mother during your parenting time with her? When we got home, it was time for our daughter to go to school immediately the next day. And then her mother was going to pick her up from school and the parenting time was going to start. I'm expecting her to tell me, Mom took me to Benihana's and Mom cooked me a full course meal, a turkey and pecan pie, and it was amazing. And we laughed and we cried, and she wanted to learn all about my adventures and make sure that I was okay because she really thought that my daddy was going to kidnap me. So again, I asked my 8-year-old daughter, an 8-year-old person is pretty competent to explain to you what happened in their life. I said, what did your mom do? Anything special? My daughter said, no. I said, did your mom even ask you about Jamaica? My daughter said, no. So my ex-wife doesn't care about my daughter's experience in her Jamaican heritage. Ironically, when my ex-wife married me, she knew she was marrying a man with Jamaican heritage. But she doesn't care about truth or accountability. All she cares about is trying to make me look like a bad parent. But here's the truth. I communicated transparently every single step of the way. My wife and I have public social media accounts. What does that mean? And how is that important? I think it's very important. Because I was constantly posting while we were in Jamaica. Constantly. And I'm going to show you a screenshot right now of my ex-wife's mother, a woman by the name of Trish. looking at all of my stories. This is a literal objective that I'm trying to push, to say, I have nothing to hide. I don't think a lot of fathers have anything to hide. We just want to be in our children's lives. And I think it is demonstrative and evil when somebody is trying to hinder the ability for a father to be in his child's life. Meanwhile, my ex-wife has private accounts across social media. You can't see her stuff for the life of you. You sure can't. You know, another thing that's funny, when I first did the first video explaining to everybody that I was no longer going to be ashamed or embarrassed about what I was going through with my daughter's mother, my ex-wife, I did say in one of those videos, I said to everybody watching this video who knows my ex-wife and I personally, you're still friends with both of us, please ask her to sign the paperwork so we can come home. I got an email from her the next day saying, stop having people cyberbullying me. I can't make this up. I don't think that's cyberbullying. I think that's condemnation because you know you're wrong. Jamie Williams, you're wrong. Everything that you're trying to do to me and my family is wrong. And it's going to stop. I promise you, it's going to stop. So, moving on, I want to end this video with a call to action for fathers. This ordeal has sparked something in me. A desire to help fathers understand their rights in family court. I'm no lawyer. I'm not going to pretend that I am. But I've been going in and out of family court so much that I've learned a lot. I am grateful to my wife. She's been there every step of the way to really help me with it. But too often, good fathers are derailed by lies. That was the point of this video, to literally put this up on the Jumbotron, on the megaphone, and show how my ex-wife literally lied, used manipulation and deceit, thinking that a lack of resources on my part, or because I was in Jamaica, I wasn't gonna be able to fight back. I'm not here to bash mothers. I know many amazing women who are incredible parents. I sure do. But the family court system needs more fairness. Fathers deserve to have their voices heard. I know in 2013, I believe, the state of Arizona said that they no longer were going to view mothers as favorable parents, and that was great. And I'm glad that an actual law was passed to make that happen. But I don't think enough has happened to really, really, really etch that spirit out of family court nationwide. This wasn't just about getting home from Jamaica. It was about fighting for my family. Stand up for truth and protecting my rights as a father. To every father out there, do not give up. Our children are worth fighting for. Also, God is good. God is really good. And as many people as were on that Instagram post saying, oh my God, I can't believe you're airing your dirty laundry in the street. Guess what? Sometimes the court of public opinion is where you're going to find your solution. Sometimes you got to no longer lay down and take it. Sometimes that's how you're going to fight back. I hope through this video, you were able to understand the new playbook that a lot of lawyers are giving these moms to use in family court. And if you have a child of dual nationalities, or if you just plan on taking an international trip and you got an expired passport because you have a co-parent who refuses to update a passport, don't fall into the trap that we fell into because of an oversight on my part. All right, guys, God bless. Take care. Share this video with as many people as you can. And thank you for watching it. Also, this video also served as a test. I'm testing out the new Shure Jupiter 24mm lens and the Zoom F3 32-bit audio recorder. So I'm expecting the picture quality and the sound quality to be extremely a lot of good. So we'll see how it works out. All right. God bless and good night.